All right, man. We back. 1 minute. All right. Sports TV in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. Give me 1 second. All right, we good. And y'all see we talking about today. Talking about word on the street is Spence returning in the spring, and I talk about a little bit about that. Ortiz calls Wilder a cheat. The hypocrisy there. Uh, expect Danny Garcia to headline the card. David Benavidez is fighting on, is what I hear. We're going to talk about DAZN, dissing Tevin Farmer, and also we're going to talk about Leo Santa Cruz situation, but I couldn't fit him into the title, so we'll talk about what's going on with him. LA 12, Bobby Swag, Lex Salute. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation? Use the link. Cash App, PayPal first before the super chat, but I always keep the super chat open because so it's more convenient. And sometimes the super chat don't be working. Also, they tax the super chat, so just check the description and you can just hit me up there. And if you want to send a message, I'll read it off of there. I'm gonna set my stream elements bot back up, or I'm using streams elements. I think that's more convenient because you can send a message there, but I'll read it off the Cash App or the PayPal, but I'll drop that link through the description through the stream. But other than that, man, appreciate it. King Boxing Talk, Lathers, MM Sports Talk, Emmanuel, Lathers, salute. And yeah, man, hope y'all niggas got Disney Plus. That shit epic. Disney Plus super duper epic, bro. Get Disney Plus. If you got Verizon, you get it for free. They gave it to me for free. And then one of my homies, he stay out of state. They gave it to him for free as well too. So Disney Plus where it's at. I've been watching like X-Men, Avengers in 4K, X-Men in '90s animated series. So I like Disney Plus, and it's free for a month. It's only $7 a month. So that's what's up. They got 10 million subscribers. JLA TV salute in 1 day. So it ain't really a lot of stream. It ain't no buffering either, dog. It run good as hell. So check my review on that. You should be able to see the cards on the screen. I don't know. Maybe they'll pop up, but I got the cards as well. You can go straight to that video. But I heard behind the scene Errol Spence supposed to be coming back in May. And then and then I seen the video by that Rick Glasser said he not doing good. And I heard the same thing from behind the scenes, but the person I was talking to behind the scenes about it, uh, you know, it was saying like, oh, I heard Earl come back in the springtime, and I heard he walking and all that. I said, for one, walking and training and sparring is two different things. Like they are separate. And at the end of the day, he told Jamel Herring as well he'll be back in the spring, and that's what he's shooting for. And at the end of the day, that's his prerogative. I believe it more once he makes an appearance. He's supposed to make an appearance. He's supposed to be making an appearance at the Wilder Ortiz 2 fight as well. And he posted something on Snapchat, a video where he was watching something, and it sounded like he had some type of machine going as well too. So, at the end of the day, hopefully he don't come back too soon. But he did come right out the doctors. So, for all we know is he came right out the doctor and he said no broken bones. So they said his jaw fractured, and I heard it wasn't. It was. So if he show up to Wilder Ortiz too, like he intending to show up, then we have a better perspective on actually how he doing. But a lot of times when you get in car accidents and they say, even if you feel fine, like the next day or after you get to sleep, you be feeling pain that you didn't know was there. Not necessarily like whiplash, but little back pains and stuff of that nature. So, Mark Salute. So that's what he telling people, and people they were saying he should fight in January, but me personally, and I was talking to somebody behind the scenes about it. He said my 9-year-old son signed us up for Disney Plus. I didn't even know. It's dope though. But shout out to King Boxing Talk though. But I don't believe it. And I was saying like, man, I believe it when I see it. And he was like, yeah, you right, man. Sparring and I mean walking. I heard he walking again. I say, like, nigga, like he just not walking on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, he come back, it's gonna be, built-in excuses and shit. Oh, he wasn't the same fighter. He wasn't. I'm just happy that the nigga all right, bro. But a lot of motherfuckers be saying, oh, this guy lying and that guy lying, and I can't stand the Errol Spence fucking retards at all. I can't stand them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this guy. Like at the end of the day, had this been Terrence Crawford, had it been Javante, had it been Canelo, had it been Anthony Joshua, drunk behind the wheel. You see how they swept that? They swept all that shit under the rug. Whatever you was drunk, high, I don't know what the fuck he was. You see how they swept that under the rug? Had that been somebody that they didn't like, they would have made 1,000 videos about, oh, this and that. Nobody. And then when motherfuckers make a video about the real shit, or he could have killed, oh, he a hater, he this and that. Like, nigga, at the end of the day, he was in the wrong. But at the end of the day, they want to sweep it under the rug because like the Jamel Charlo Demetrius Andrade situation. Somebody was like, well, I asked blah say blah to do a video on it, and he refused to do a video on it. He don't want to acknowledge it. See, the difference is with me, I'm gonna talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between that. That's the difference. I'm not gonna ignore some shit. If Wilder go out there and lose to Luis Ortiz, he go out there and lose to Ortiz, and I'm not gonna come here and say, oh, I ain't gonna make no excuses. I'm gonna come and do a video. I'm not gonna hide out. I ain't gonna wait till Wednesday, Thursday to talk about the video or act like the fight never happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm gonna come back and say, hey man, unfortunate. Hopefully Wilder can bounce back, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna spin the narrative. Boy, it's so funny. Dudes want to spin the narrative, but then get mad when somebody else spin the narrative. Y'all peep that out. They want to spin the narrative how they want to spin it, but they hypocrites. Then when somebody on the other side want to spin the narrative, they want to point and say, oh, this nigga fake, or they over there capping and lying. Like, dude, y'all spin the narrative all the time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all spin the narrative all the time. So how you gonna create a community or create a voice to be against something, but you doing the same thing? You know what I'm saying? And if I ain't talking about nobody particular, but if the shoe fit, nigga, well, you gonna have to wear it. That's my whole thing about it. Like, how y'all gonna create a narrative? How you gonna be creating false narrative and get mad at somebody else for creating false narratives? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm rocking. I ain't about to hide out if my favorite fighter lose or a fighter I pick. I ain't about to hide for what? What's the hide for? Seriously, what you hiding for? And he said they on Devin Haney jock. I'm just gonna keep it that way. And with Devin Haney, they was hating on Devin Haney when he signed to the zone. Oh, Devin Haney weak, and now Devin Haney do an interview with him. Now Devin Haney come on the radio show. Now Devin Haney talking to him. It's all love. Please believe me. You ain't got to talk to me. You ain't got to send me a super chat. You ain't got to send me a donation. You ain't got to plug me in. You ain't got to say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? For me to show you love. You ain't got to show nothing to me. I ain't got to do an interview with me. I ain't feeling no type of way. If you can fight, you can fight. Now, if you doing other shit outside of boxing and you beating up Instagram models and shit and you being racist, then I got the right to feel some type of way. But in that square circle, long as you ain't doing no nut shit outside the ring that I know of, I don't got a problem with you. I'm not gonna neglect or neglect to talk about you. If you got a good fight going on, it's news going on, I got you. I'm a SJ Fish 101 salute. I'm gonna get around to you. I promise you I will. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, I'm not hoping, I'm not wishing, nothing. With Errol Spence, if he come back, good. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna be the satisfaction unless he is victorious. You know what I'm saying? Against everybody he fights. Because at the end of the day, if you come back and he beat everybody, then hey man, he gonna get all the praises that he should. He come back, he lose to Danny or Shawn. I'll get to Danny in a minute. He come back, he lose to or he come back, he beat all of them, or he come back and lose to Danny, Shawn, Manny, Crawford. Oh, Errol Spence wasn't the same since the accident. Oh, if Errol Spence never suffered the accident, he'd have beat Terrence Crawford. Oh, he would have definitely beat Manny Pacquiao. So really, you're not gonna get the satisfaction of that shit. Even if you move up and fight Canelo 3 or 4 years, Errol Spence wasn't the same fighter since the car accident. They gonna have a built-in excuse. So really, for me, it don't even matter if the Crawford fight don't happen no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they start pushing false narratives again, hey, I still want to see Crawford whoop that ass. Or if Errol win, shout out to him. But it's not. I don't get the satisfaction no more. It's kind of like Anthony Joshua losing to Andy Ruiz. The ambitions for me to watch the division is not the same. Errol Spence and Crawford is no longer the super fight that it was. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't because that Crawford did nothing wrong or Errol did something wrong. Just that Errol got into a car accident, and you know what the building excuse gonna be in. Shout out to Wood, salute. Y'all subscribe to this shit. You already, at the end of the day, they was bashing Devin Haney though, bro. When he went to the zone, why didn't he sign the PBC? Like, see, and if that is the case, they fucking with Devin Haney now, because they speaking to him. But then y'all been spewing hate on the Death Zone. Because DTNJ said, so fuck that. No, man, it ain't. You can't say fuck that. You can say that's on him, but it's not gonna be the same, bro. And you could be right. They could have made another built-in excuse. Greg Max, salute. They could have made another William. I see you. They could have made another built-in excuse. Yeah, they could have. You know what I'm saying? It could have been. It's probably gonna be another built-in excuse. I agree with GT Entertainment, but it ain't gonna be the same. Like, at the end of the day, I take it. You know what I'm saying? But the ambition's not there no more. So now I'm really turning I'm turning my vision to, like, Caleb Plant and Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning my vision to, like, shit like that. But that ain't gonna, that ambition, the want to see that, I'm still watching, supporting, and pay for it. But my ambitions is just not, it's not gonna be the same. But the thing with Devin Haney is, and I talk a little bit about Fortuna towards the end, but I did a video on it. But the thing about the Devin Haney is, they was bashing the nigga all on Twitter. When he went to the zone, all them niggas, he signed to the zone, and F. Devin Haney, he should have signed to PBC, Showtime, Fox, Al Heyman. He signed, and they was shitting on the nigga. I'm like, damn, dude, it don't really matter. I talked every video I did. I said, I fuck with Devin Haney. And low key, you see the little hate they be spewing on Shakur Stevenson. You see the little hate they be spewing on Shakur Stevenson. Oh, Shakur didn't do VADA, right? Oh, Shakur this, Shakur that. Shakur did VADA versus oh boy, Joet Gonzalez. Anybody say something about that? He entered VADA and everything. Anybody say something about that? Ricky, salute. Dr. Blick, salute. Anybody say something about that? Yeah, shout out to my boy Shawn Torrance. I don't think I see him in there today. He come in later. Anybody say anything about I don't even know about Shakur? See, they be hating on Shakur. See, I don't dislike fighters because you at Top Rank or you at PBC or you at the Zone. Nigga, if you could fight, you could fight. But all of a sudden, now Devin Haney the cool thing to do because he gave you an interview. Oh, Devin Haney cool now, but at the end of the day, he still signed with Eddie Hearn. But you tell me, and this wasn't even meant for this video to go this way. Wood made a comment, but you tell me Terrence Crawford is signed to racist Bob Arum. This is what they saying, right? Oh, he signed to Master Bob. He signed to Bob Arum. You know, Bob treat Loma better than Terrence. But then again, all this hate, all this blood, all this piss they speared over Eddie Hearn's name. Now all of a sudden, y'all about to run and jump on the Devin Haney bandwagon. Now, why are they jumping on the Devin Haney bandwagon? See, I never jumped off of it. When he signed to the zone, I was with him. Shakir Stevenson, I was with him. All the way through. You know what I'm saying? I've been riding with them all the way through. Okay? So they with Devin Haney. You know why? Because Lomachenko, right? And some people say in the comment section that Errol Spence, he kind of in the little intermission right now. And he talked to him. But primarily it's because Lomachenko. But then again, tell me how you supporting Devin Haney. He with Eddie. Nobody's threw more propaganda than Pilgrim Eddie Hearn. Nobody. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? He said Negro fight fan pick Lomachenko to beat Devin Haney. I agree with him. Right now, I would favor Lomachenko. I would favor him. I would. Experience. Now, if he fight Fortuna, I'll get a better idea. But Ronaldo, salute. I still got Home Alone on. I think Houston playing. I wait till like the second, third quarter. True for boxing. He's Shawn and I was trying to figure out why the Charlo Harrison rematch is out of Cali. Because Charlo did. I don't know nothing. I had to ask one of the dudes that be around. He and Tony Harrison camp. I asked him, but my hypothesis on it is Charlo didn't want to go back to New York because the judges robbed him. I know for a fact Tony was trying to bring that fight to Detroit. Charlo wanted to bring the fight to Houston. They've settled on Vegas last time. So they basically got to be on neutral ground. So both of them like California. That's why it's out there. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much why it's out there. You know, it's neutral. Charlo do a little bit of training in Southern California. And he training that white girl, Vicky. She's sparring with him. It's on TMZ. But Mansour Watson, salute. But the back on Devin Haney, you know, but he with Eddie Hearn, and has nobody made more anti-Eddie Hearn videos than you know who. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Eddie Hearn just said some dumb stuff earlier. William Sebastian, watch videos all the time, so I figured I'd buy you coffee. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. You should have a wrench. You've been around for a minute. But like I said before, I mean, there's no consistency amongst what they doing. Only consistent thing is basically if you support them, they talk about you. That's it. And I ain't mad at it. I mean, I don't care how motherfuckers roll their channel, but me, I try to be thorough. I don't care if you interview with me or not. I reached out to plenty of people before to try to do interviews and it don't work out. Or, you know, I ain't say no boxer's name. They give you the run around and they don't want to give you the interview. But now that they ain't hot no more, they'll gladly sit down and give you the interview. So I done been through the interview thing. I don't need to put, you know, nobody co-signing me on the show. I do my show by myself. You know what I'm saying? I do my show by myself because I don't need nobody else. There's no offense to motherfuckers I had on before, but a lot of motherfuckers I used to collab with, they end up crossing you. So anybody I feng shui with, we kick it behind the scenes. We chop it up behind the scenes. But for me, I don't have to attach my name to 88 Sports TV, or I ain't got to I don't have to do that. For what? I don't have to have somebody else come on and guest star, or I ain't got to politic with nobody else about what I think because I got a brain of my own. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no alternative agendas. But a lot of cool man said, man, salute. A lot of people do. A lot of motherfuckers, they can't survive on their own. They can't. So I got 25,000 subscribers. I don't need it. I had one interview, and that was with the Adonis Stevenson trainer, Sugar Hill. And most of y'all have probably never seen that interview. That's almost a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no interview, and they was blocking my channel too from traffic. So they fixed it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's happening with my channel, they were stopping me from like some shit was happening, but I'm not the only channel, you know what I'm saying? But they fixed it. But at the end of the day, I don't have no interviews though. But at the end of the day, I support Devin Haney with or without. Even if I do or don't know his dad, or talk to his dad, or talk to him, I don't need to. I support black entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? You know, just because they with Eddie Hearn, it don't make no difference. But finish up on an Earl situation, it is what it is. I just don't like. The division is getting stale. The division is getting stale. That's my problem with it. Because, and I'm gonna finish on the welterweight division real quick, and I should go to Danny Garcia after this, and then I come back to Ortiz and Wilder. I answer questions at the end. Give me a minute. I had to think about that question, Mansour. But he said it's very bad. Watson use fake poke tricks. Yeah, I don't watch it. Somebody posted it on Twitter today, and I seen it had Devin Haney dad on. So shout out to Bill Haney, man. He seemed like he seemed like a real nigga, dog. I fuck with Bill and Devin. I fuck with them though, man. They real solid. From everybody I hear that know them, they real solid, man. So when he bossed up on Floyd, you know what I'm saying, and he ain't let Floyd sign his son, and I see how Floyd treating Gervonta Davis. Like Bill would have ended up taking a pistol. He would have ended up shooting Floyd ass. I could see that, or somebody put money on Floyd head from out in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Just bet salute. I could have seen that shit happening. Real talk. And not to say somebody shot at Floyd in Atlanta. I ain't saying, you know, if one of them other niggas did it. I ain't saying nobody's name, but you know, Bill Haney probably would have had something done to Floyd. He would have came in there like Ice Cube did in a Priority Records office with a baseball bat, smashing down his shit in his gym and shit in his house. If he'd treated Devin like that. But when you have a male figure, and I'm gonna finish on early man, when you have a strong male figure, can't nobody play you like that. That Bill Haney understand the business, and he's still learning the business. But if Devin was a isolated guy like Gervonta, where he didn't have no real male like father figure right there, the boxing game would have exploited Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? So they would exploit each other over Devin. So Floyd couldn't exploit him. Bob Arum couldn't exploit him. Eddie Hearn couldn't exploit him. I'm pretty sure they got a solid deal. But that is what it is, man. Floyd always mad over somebody woman. But with Errol Spence, like the whole division of the welterweight division, for me, it's getting old. You know, Keith Thurman, he should have came and gone in the division. Errol Spence should have sold the division up. Shawn, he been there for a second. Danny Garcia should be the only motherfucker out of the major PBC welterweights. You know, he the only one out the major PBC welterweights that really should be in the division. Danny Garcia, Lipinets, Ugis. Those the only three. Errol Spence been at this division he been pro 7 years. He started at 54. Probably about 6 years, 6.5 years. He been at this division. He should have did what he supposed to do and gone. It's getting real. Appreciate it, Bernie Mac. Salute. Shout out to Shawn, man. Shawn be pushing my shit. Appreciate it. The division getting stale. Okay? They really stretched this division out. Everybody that's from PBC came down, other than Danny Garcia, the Lipinets, and Ugis, Danny Garcia, and Ugis, Danny Garcia, Lipinets came up. Shawn Porter's fought as high as super middleweight. They saying. Thurman fought Katana as junior middleweight. Errol Spence started off at junior middleweight. So the majority of the division is still, you know, I'm tired of it. So it's time to get the new blood in. So either they stick around longer than expected, and the Ennises, the Taylors, the Progresses, the Jose Ramirez's, eventually Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez will be up there, the Barrioses, the Josh Kellys of the world. They kick them out, they push them out, or they willingly move up. You know what I'm saying? And for them to move up, then you got a situation there. Is Harrison, Charlo, Lubin all gonna move up, or they gonna stay there and try to hold their ground? I believe Jared Hurd be moving up. Jaime Munguia, he's moving up. He's fighting January 11th in San Antonio. I believe it would be versus Michael Zaffer. Don't quote me on that. Jamal Berry. So really it's about to get real. It's about to get real. So it's about to be a lot of clashes of in the division. It's only so many belts to go around. They can keep creating them. You're gonna have the welterweights either they're gonna move to junior middleweight, and the junior middleweight's gonna move to middleweights, and some of the middleweights will move to super middleweight. It's either somebody gonna get ran out their division, or somebody can get smacked back down in their division. So the welterweight division is old and stale. I done had enough of it. So it's at the point, if they're going to fight Crawford, they'll fight him. If not, Crawford, Lipinets, Ugis, Regis, Jose Ramirez, Jaron Ennis, I'll take it. But at the end of the day, Errol return in the spring. Take his time, come back, get better. Now, Danny Garcia is supposed to be headlining January 25th. They announced that David Benavidez will be taking on his mandatory Ivan Uterman. Now, where do you see Bud top weight at? Where he at? That's what Bob Arum said, but I heard he can go up to 54. That might be a possibility now that Carlos Adames and Patrick Teixeira are fighting for the real belt now. I think Jaime moving up. He kind of having some, but Christopher Mars said maybe if they weren't ducking Spence for so long, they would have wiped. Yeah, true. But guess what? Everybody tell me that Bud not with PBC, so the fight can't happen. Well, all them niggas was on the same side of the street for years, and that fight never happened. You see what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, that's his fault. He with the man with the plan. He with the man with all the capital. And now they want to start consolidating their capital. And I forgot about Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'll talk about some more subjects after I knock these subjects off, man. But that is what it is. But Garcia is gonna headline that January 25th card. It's gonna be regular Fox. And I'm hearing somebody just text me, I'm gonna text him back. But I'm hearing that I answer questions at the end. I'm hearing that Shawn Porter might be more likely. So I don't know if they're gonna make Spence the franchise champion. But if Spence coming back in the spring, he not the franchise champion, then I don't see Shawn and Danny fighting unless they put up a lot of money for the interim belt. It's going to be the WBC championship belt. They're going to make Spence champion in recess, franchise champion. And I know for a fact that either Danny and Shawn, I'm not going to say which camp name said it, either Danny and Shawn, they're hoping for a WBC title fight next. So if they can make that a title fight, and I know Danny refused to fight for the interim title a couple of years ago, WBC versus Shawn. But I'm hearing Danny and Shawn might be next, January 25th. So I believe they said that Benavidez is going to be fighting Uterman at the Staples Center. Benavidez can't pull the Staples Center by itself yet. Even if he was to fight Caleb Plant, that fight wouldn't pull the Staples Center. Shawn and Errol, they said they did 16,000, but I know for a fact that fight did more like, it sold actually like 9,000 or 8,000 tickets. They gave away a ton of tickets for that fight. I know that for a fact. When they talking about what Errol Spence is a bigger star than Canelo, I don't know Canelo exact attendance. They said it was 10,000. I don't know if that including the comps, but Errol Spence and Shawn Porter, it was a ton of comps for that fight. A ton of them. They gave away a ton of tickets. Like, they give them away through the casino, like my man was telling. But, nigga, I seen niggas giving away tickets. If I wanted to go to that fight, I could have been on the floor. Tickets. They was, like, giving tickets away. So, and you never heard the pay-per-view numbers coming out. So, all this Errol Spence, a bigger star propaganda, these niggas pushing. I ain't really heard. Ugis is in the conversation, for sure. But all this Errol Spence, bigger star shit they saying, oh, he did better than Canelo. Like, nigga, where's the pay-per-view numbers? And I'm not saying this from no hating standpoint. I'm saying this from a factual standpoint. Like, where are the pay-per-view numbers? Like, they never came out. They said, oh, he did 16,000 in LA. They gave away a lot of tickets, bro. PBC is in somewhat of a financial issue because they cards not selling. They giving away so many damn tickets. And I seen it with my own eyes. They gave away a ton of tickets, bro. So all this Errol Spence, this bigger star, like, nigga, next time one of them niggas say that, it probably get you blocked on their channel. Like, nigga, where the pay-per-view numbers at? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not capping for Canelo by no stretch of the means of the imagination. I posted his weigh-in pictures on Instagram, but they just trying to spin shit. And then the Deontay Wilder fight camp numbers, who give a fuck about that? How do you get comp tickets? Well, I heard they give them through the casino, the High Roller Casino, but I know for a fact they be handing them bitches out. I know for a fact they be, but I heard they use the casinos to comp tickets. I think the high roller rooms. You know, but I know for a fact that, like, if I wanted to, I get it. But what venue holding Wilder and Ortiz too? I think it's MGM. But like I said before, like, nigga, show me the pay-per-view numbers. But Garcia should be headlining the card. But if it ain't nothing on the line, and it's strictly speculation, I don't see Shawn Porter taking that fight. I just don't see that happening. I think you're looking at Yugas. And I don't even know if Danny want to fight Yugas. He had to overpay him to fight Yugas. That's what the only two I could think of. Pacquiao chose to fight Mikey, I heard. Maybe Trout. But if they Shawn and Danny fighting for a title, Shawn and Danny, and then probably the winner of that fight, Pacquiao, and the winner of Mikey Garcia, which we all believe would probably be Pacquiao, but Erickson Lubin, Robert Garcia didn't sell any. That was in motherfucking Reading, Pennsylvania. So I don't even know exactly where that was at. But for you got an event like Shawn Porter, Errol Spence, like, nigga, like, you got no choice. You got to make it look filled in. They probably gave away a lot of tickets for Canelo fight. You know, but I heard, Danny might be fighting Shawn. But I don't know if Shawn and them would take that fight. Because if it's nothing on the line, I think they'll want to tune up first. But if it's a belt on the line, maybe they take that fight. But Garcia looked better physically since he got a new strength and conditioning coach. But Garcia supposed to be is gonna handle on that card. Benavidez can't pull the Staples Center by himself. And I think Gary Russell might be fighting on versus King Tug, because I saw Will talking about on Twitter. He think Gary Russell's gonna be the co-main event to Benavidez in LA. Now, I think Gary Russell was fighting that King Tug guy, the mandatory, on the Charlo. I think it may be the Charlo Harrison 200 card, and maybe the Javante card. I doubt if it's Javante card. But he said Mikey don't deserve, John Pace said Mikey don't deserve a Pacquiao fight. He got whitewashed by Earl. Yeah, but PBC, Jackal salute. PBC, he said reading's 30 minutes from Philly. Okay. But PBC made that Pacquiao didn't want to fight Mikey. At least, that I know of. PBC made that fight happen because Mikey was going to Top Rank. So they didn't want Mikey to go to Top Rank. So they gave him the Manny fight. He's supposed to come back and tune up. So I don't know what's happening with him, but he's supposed to come back and tune up, but so I don't know. But I heard Boxing Voice was saying they may fight. So Mikey might come in January and come back and fight him in May, because they got a pay-per-view date January 25th. Obviously, Earl not going to be able to accommodate that. So Danny going to be fighting somebody else. Then February 22nd, you got Fury. And then if Fury get past Wilder, he going to be trying to fight Stipe Miocic, whatever his name is, in UFC. They going to box. Graylin will salute. Agreed on inflated numbers in the super chat, but you have to say almost every promoter is comping a ton of bottom line. Nobody's overpaying for subpar fights like PBC. They started the trend of zone just following it. Yeah, but you wouldn't think that they'd comp a lot of tickets at a Canelo fight, because remember, Floyd and McGregor didn't sell out, and they just didn't comp. They didn't give away free tickets. They just had empty seats. So they're not on that level, but salute. You been had a wrench, nigga. You had a wrench for a long time, bro. You tripping. But But yeah, Garcia and Yugas. Like for me to want to see Yugas fight, it got to be like a Lipinets. It has to be a Figueroa, an aggressive fighter. Errol Spence and Lipinets to be like a great fight. Danny Lipinets to be a great fight. But Yugas and Danny Garcia, those two counter punchers. You know what I'm saying? Yugas just refused to go. Yugas refused to throw a lot of punches in a row. He'd throw 2 or 3. If he got to throwing 4, 5, 6, 7, you know what I'm saying? Every now and again, that'd be an intriguing fight. But Yugas and Danny Garcia, that's the worst possible fight that can happen. You know what I'm saying? Yugas and Porter, that worked because Porter is I think if you fight Yugas again, he'd be the aggressor. It'd be even a better fight. But Danny and Yugas is the worst possible fight they could put on that day. But Danny and Shawn, that'd be nice. But Shawn Porter's stock at his most high right now, coming off of L. Shawn Porter's not been hotter than in his career than right now. Lipinets and Yugas, I doubt it. Lipinets is in line for a title shot after the dude from Top Rank get a shot at Errol. Excuse me. Carly Dream salute. Have you been here? Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, shout out to Shawn again. But that's it with Danny. All right. Ortiz said Wilder be hitting the motherfuckers with illegal blows. Okay. He said Wilder be hitting motherfuckers with illegal blows. He said any fighter that gets whitewashed doesn't deserve to be on the pound for pound. Miami should drop all the way off the list. Yeah, but that wasn't his weight though. You can't make an argument that wasn't his weight. Lomachenko came up and he fought Terrence Crawford. The same shit happened. He probably just stopped though. But that is what it is. But with Mikey Garcia, he said why these foreigners hit Mikey because he Mexican. He clean cut. He speak well. That's the difference. But Ortiz accused Wilder of cheating with illegal blows. I guess he talking about rabbit punches and stuff of that nature. I don't know if he doing that to sell the fight, but he look a little bit like heavier than usual. Okay. And also Wilder said, if he lose to Ortiz, he really ain't thinking about it. He talking about a 6-year fight plan at the most. 6 years too long. That motherfucker like 36 years old. Like Wilder need to have like a 2-year fight plan, and he should be done in 2 years. But I covered that, and I guess he said Wilder hit with illegal punches. He said Wilder hit him in the back of the rabbit shots, and you know what? For somebody to be crying about cheating, it should be last person should be Luis Ortiz. Ortiz is a 3-time ped offender. Teeth Coyote fight, he got popped. Okay. AJ, he's supposed to fight AJ, he got popped. The original Wilder fight, he got popped. So, cheating in Luis Ortiz, cheating should never come out of Luis Ortiz's mouth. Illegal should never come out of Luis Ortiz's mouth. Ortiz shouldn't have even if you selling the fight, Ortiz shouldn't have a bad word to say about Wilder. If it wasn't for Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz would be eating Popeye chicken sandwiches out the fucking back of Popeye's trash can. Okay? You ever heard never bite the hand that feeds you? And this is why I don't fuck with niggas, man. This is why I don't help people out. When you go out your way to help somebody out, like it don't never really end well. You may not see the benefit of that until years later, until the earth give you that type of energy back. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel bad for people no more. I don't go off what the Bible say, because the Bible is a bunch of hogwash. Motherfuckers that claim to be Christian that's affiliated with Christianity, they the most violent, treacherous, heartless, gutless dudes on the planet. They don't go by that book. You know what I'm saying? They don't go by that damn book. For real. I wouldn't have gave this dude a fucking shot. He wouldn't have originally got a shot from me. Because remember, he was talking all that cash shit about Wilder before that. Remember, he was saying that shit in Spanish and talking about he's sloppy, he a bum, and I'm a knock him out and all that. But dude, you shouldn't have been saying nothing. You shouldn't even been in that position to get the fight. If it wasn't for AJ running like a bitch, you know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been in position to get the fight. Wilder 34, he said he wants to fight to the age of 40, so I see why. Man, Ricky, he need to sit his ass down. No need to fight for the age of 40. This ain't the Klitschko era. Like you got dudes like eventually Daniel Du Bois will be that guy. You know, eventually, hopefully FN Jabway growing to that guy. With Damian Rock, hopefully I'm saying the name from Philadelphia. The division is in good hands. Unify the division, you know, get a couple big fights here and get out the division. You get out the game. What the fuck is you fighting till 40 for? You know, but like I said, I'm gonna cook on that in a minute. But Ortiz should be the last person talking. You know what I'm saying? And people just be quick to forget what happened. It's not just a boxing thing. I think this is an overall human thing. People quick to forget, man, this dude was a cheat. I remember when he cheated versus Latif Coyote. I remember that fight. And Latif Coyote did an interview, I think last year, talking about that fight. And he said that, you know, he just never got tired. Brian Jennings said the same shit. And Wilder just being so generous. Oh, I'll give you a fight. But really, he ain't had nobody else to fight, though. Nobody else on his resume pop out but Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz might be going down as one of the most talented fighters never to get a title in a title-filled era. You know, anybody get a title in this era. Anybody get a title. You know, Dream Church is salute. So he could be just building the fight up, but like cheating and Ortiz, if he's not talking about Ortiz, he shouldn't accuse nobody of cheating, dog. That ain't a good look. Like, Wilder didn't have to give you this opportunity, especially after the shit you talked before the fight. You cheated twice, 3 times. He didn't have to give you this opportunity. But he gave you the opportunity, man. But, you know, like I said, oh, he hits behind the head and this and like, nigga, you should be happy to get hit behind the head by Wilder. It should be an honor because you could be getting hit behind the head versus somebody like Christian Hammer again making pennies on the dollar. Like, nigga, without Wilder, you never would have sniffed the pay-per-view. You never would have sniffed the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Wilder could have been on some hoe shit and said, oh, I'll fight you next. And then fight you. And then because you didn't take the AJ fight. Like, he got to be the stupidest. He got to have the stupidest team around him. He could have been rematching AJ. He could have been Tracy Lou. He could have been re-Rogers AJ. For what Andy Ruiz is getting Mexican TV money, bro. Andy Ruiz is gonna probably get $10, $15 million. And his first fight, I don't know what he got. Andy Ruiz, even if he lose to AJ, he gonna retire a rich man. That's it. He gonna make about $15 million in the rematch. He made about what, $5 in the original fight? So he gonna be $20 million richer. And you let somebody talk you out of fighting Anthony Joshua? For what? To fight Deontay Wilder? The only plus side is you're going to be on pay-per-view. But if you lose and get knocked out by Deontay Wilder and you left an AJ fight on the table, like, you looking mad weak. Raymond Turner, CJ Fury ain't going to duck Wilder. No, that's already signed. Raymond, that's signed. That's signed, delivered, and sealed. February 22nd. Think T-Mobile Arena. That's signed. But he already talking about fighting Stipe in a UFC crossover. He's going to fight Stipe in a boxing match. Then Ortiz have the WBA silver. He had the regular belt, I believe. Andy Ruiz made 7. So Andy Ruiz is going to be what? $22 million up? Like, man, come on. Obviously, he want to win and make the Wilder fight on pay-per-view and be $50 million up. He got to fight Puev next, which is a tune-up. It's a tune-up. Kanaki got the biggest pass in boxing. Oh, yeah, Kanaki could have took that fight, too. Kanowski would have beat AJ. He would have took some punch. Kanowski would have systematically, I ain't going to say it, he would have just But he would have just beat down AJ. He had too much. He had too much stamina for Anthony Joshua. He just had too much stamina for him. Anthony Joshua probably could have. His best chance was probably versus Luis Ortiz. Ortiz ain't been looking good since the Kajanu fight. He said Ortiz is a Mansour Watson say Ortiz is a solid fighter, but he was never the boogeyman. I watched Ortiz versus Tony Thompson in DC, and he looked like a slocky mess. Fans appreciate the Vargas versus Ali fight more. Yeah, man. Tony Thompson wasn't even in shape for that fight. That's my guy. He wasn't even in shape, and he used a little movement to he used a little bit of movement to nullify Ortiz. Remember Malik Scott was outboxing Ortiz with that same movement. Tyson Fury would destroy Luis Ortiz. I know. I missed the Rydell Booker fight. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hopefully he can't weasel with. No, that's already signed. But that is what it is, man. But Wilder saying he got a 6-year plan, man. Like nigga, like just get the unify the belts and then kind of do like a tour. Do like a little tour, like unify the belts and like if motherfuckers just want to retire, like it's no point. Like if it wasn't nobody else in the division, like the Klitschko's would just stayed in the division or Vladimir stayed in the division to get a marquee fight. Like Wilder gonna have a marquee fight. Ruiz for all the belts, and then he probably gonna have a trilogy with Tyson Fury. And then what? For what? What you hanging around for? Like I do probably do another couple more fights another year. It just drop your belts and just chill out for a year or two and just do a world tour. You know what I'm saying? Do a tour of Europe, do a tour of Australia. All fighters just do tours and shit and you can make a ton of money for people just seeing you. But if you want to beat AJ up and give him opportunity for good measure, do so. You want to beat Dillian White up for good measure, do so. That's how I'm looking at it. But Graylin Welch say, pre-CJ, PBC wasn't looking out for Ortiz like they did Charles Martin, playing it simple. They made him decline the fight because they thought Ortiz would never have beat AJ. They thought Ruiz would lose. Yeah, they probably did think Ruiz would lose. But I don't think he fought AJ. They didn't want... No, it wasn't about Ortiz losing. I think it was about them freezing AJ out more. They wanted to freeze AJ out since AJ was freezing Wilder out. That's what it boiled down to. But I can't believe they made Konowski pass that up, bro. But remember, Konowski was promised a Wilder fight too. So Wilder, he gonna be fight. He fought Brazil. Brazil called out somebody. Brazil called out somebody. I talked about the in a stream like a week or two ago. He called out somebody. I think it was Charles Martin or some shit. I don't know if it's Charles Martin. He called out somebody, but he had Brazil, Ortiz, Fury. He probably fight Konowski maybe next year, or Ruiz at the Puev, because Wilder fight February 22nd. Ruiz, if he beat AJ, he gotta fight Puev by May 30th or something like that. So you might be looking at Wilder, Ruiz for all the belts at the end of 2020. Now, Eddie Hearn gonna try to get Usyk his WBO title shot, but ain't nobody worried about him. You know what I'm saying? They can pay him to step aside and he can get the winner. But, I still want to see him knock out Dillian White. Somebody said he was ducking Dillian White. Dillian White ain't got shit for him. Stone Bone Boxer salute. I don't know who Danny fight. Neither is going to be like, depending on what the WBC do, it's probably going to be Shawn or Yugis. Wilder could squeeze 3 fights in there. He could. He should. February. But these motherfuckers only want to fight once or twice. Ain't nobody gonna have 50 fights in their career, really. He gonna be last of a dying breed. I doubt Ryan Garcia Haney not gonna happen till at least stay at like 140. Damo, that ain't gonna happen for a long time. But Wilder Ortiz, man, I'm thinking about ordering it just to support it. I may, it's tight around this time of year, early 2021 for Wilder Ruiz, bro. I think it's gonna be 2020. I think it'd be 2020 because they both fight in the first half of the year. You know what I'm saying? And then Usyk may fight Derek Chisora, which he need to fight Derek Chisora before he step up to anybody, AJ, Ruiz, or Wilder or Fury. I think in 2021 you're gonna see a Fury trilogy if Fury want to continue boxing. And I think you might see Dillian White get iced. But in 2020, they got to unify that division. They gonna pay Usyk whatever he, or they can just drop the WBO and they can make up a belt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that fight happen next year. To be honest, especially with them not gonna do Pacquiao and Spence next year no more. That fight gonna happen next year for sure. Yeah, they might be pushing for Floyd and Pacquiao. They pushing for that fight hard behind the scenes though. Charles Martin ain't got shit for Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce would beat the shit out of Charles Martin. Shout out to Shawn, man. All your people rolling through, man. Mutual status salute. Charles, I bet you on that neutral natural. I bet you $100 to your $50, bro. Joe Joyce will beat the shit out of Charles Martin. Push for Gervonta and Devin. I definitely want to push for that, Damo, for sure. I think Ryan Garcia, he need to keep working with the chat with Ronaldo and them some more. He got the talent, you know what I'm saying? Once he learned to kind of be more patient, he young. Wilder better fight 3 times next year if February can do. But if they build up a pay-per-view fight with Ruiz, it's going to be twice. Then he might rematch Ruiz, you know, if it go either way. Then it's going to be a Fury trilogy in 2021. He can stretch out 6 years fighting 2 times a year. He can. He can stretch out 2 times a year, but you know, I'm looking forward to Wilder Ortiz as he come closer. I'm not enamored with it, but looking forward to it. But I'll talk about Devin Haney, and then I'll talk about Leo Santa Cruz. I might do a video about Leo Santa Cruz after this. I'm just gonna speak on it here, but you might see a video go up later or in the AM. We're gonna talk about Leo Santa Cruz, Devin Haney, and Fortuna, and then I'll get into some questions. But the DAZN ain't signing Tevin Farmer. Okay. Tevin Farmer said he was signing the DAZN contract a few weeks ago. He said next week I sign my DAZN contract. The DAZN ain't giving him no multi-fight deal. I guess till he beat JoJo Diaz, which I think a lot of us think JoJo gonna win. Oh shit, Home Alone then went off. Let me turn back to the game. Let me see what's on. Pitch perfect. That seems like something my daughter watch. But let me see who win it real quick. Yeah, I like Gary Anton Russell some commercial. But I'm talking about Tevin Farmer, the DAZN ain't giving him no deal. He said on Twitter today, I'm gonna say exactly what he said. Give me 1 minute. Tell you exactly what he said. Him and Tevin was fighting. One of my boys sent me that's fighting on the internet. That was just going back and forth. But let me see what he said. I don't see it. Maybe it's in his retweet supplies or he took it down. But he said they hadn't signed him yet. And he waiting on the here we go. It says Tevin Farmer has revealed he's going to resign with Eddie Hearn in the DAZN ahead of his likely next title defense versus JoJo Diaz, planned for January 31st in Miami. Renewal may be a 1-fight deal for Diaz, but he plans to sign a long-term extension regardless. The Boxing Voice reported that. He said this is still in the air. Nothing is yet confirmed. With the right deal, anything can happen. So he said this JoJo Diaz, he supposed to be fighting JoJo Diaz. So it seemed like the DAZN don't want to sign Tevin Farmer because they don't think he gonna beat JoJo Diaz. They don't want to sign him and give him all this money, and then he lose. You know, and then what value did he got? He got a belt now. He's still fighting on undercards. So they don't seem like they trying to sign him, but they do control his next fight. So they making him fight JoJo Diaz. Now, if he could have finessed his way out that deal, and he could have fought a bum, and then he could have went to PBC, he probably could have fought Gervonta Davis. Al would have took care of him. You know what I'm saying? Even after he would have got beat up by Gervonta. Or if he could have beat Gervonta, they would have took care of him. So, at the end of the day, he supposed to been signing this deal for quite some time, and it don't seem like they're trying to give him a fair deal. So them days of him eating off boxing real good could be over with. So hopefully he put his money up. I heard he was getting paid real good. He get past JoJo Diaz, he'll get another deal. So right now, they ain't trying to pay him. I know JoJo had a hand injury. Are there any PBC fighters in the top 10 of where? Top 10 of what? Al Heyman's behind the 8 ball not to put the Wilder Ortiz rematch in Atlanta. That's why it was no. Ortiz requested it be in LA. And then I think both of them was dealing with an injury. It was supposed to go down September 28th. Both of them was dealing with an injury. And then what happened after that? And then KSI Logan took the last LA date. So they shuttled for Vegas. So Ortiz was trying to take the fight out to LA. He was training out in LA for a minute. Then they changed the fight to Las Vegas. So they wanted the fight to be on the West Coast. I know Ortiz did. Ortiz wanted the fight to be on the West Coast. I was hearing that way before they figured that out. So they wanted the fight to be on the West Coast. Hold on real quick. The Rockets getting in that ass. The reason they gave him a shot is because he did not take Eddie Hearn's deal. What you talking about? But so Tevin Farmer, I guess he's right. Tevin Farmer didn't want the deal, so they still trying to work out a deal for Tevin Farmer. Well, you about to get your answer. Who else asked me about why Charlo and them out there? I didn't know I had so many notifications on my phone. So a lot of changes coming to YouTube, man. Charlo is in California. Harrison Charlo is in California because they couldn't agree on the venue. There you go. So Charlo and Harrison is in California because they couldn't agree on the venue. So y'all got y'all answer. It's kind of pretty much what I thought it was. This is what I thought it was. I told you guys. Because I knew before Harrison was trying to do Detroit. Charlo wanted to do Houston. They couldn't agree. It couldn't be in the whole time. So they chose Vegas for the rematch. Harrison got hurt. Then they did they're supposed to do Barclays Center. I guess Charlo didn't want to go back to Barclays in the state of New York. So they couldn't agree on the venue. My guy told me, and now they couldn't agree on the venue, so that's why it's in California. Who you got? Charlo, Harrison? I don't know. I'm back in Charlo. I mean Harrison, excuse me. But I gotta watch the film. I just watched that fight again. I scored it a draw. Philly versus Ennis versus Anton Russell, big fight. Yeah, I seen they fight in the Olympic trials. That shit was crazy. A lot of punches, wild punches being thrown. But yeah, with Farmer, Farmer got to win to get a deal. That's probably what the situation is, and don't nobody really think he that good, but himself. But if he could beat JoJo Diaz, he could beat JoJo Diaz, man. That's gonna be big. That's a good name on his resume, man. So personally, I hope he beat JoJo Diaz, but I like JoJo. JoJo can fight. Why are PBC fighters so inactive? Want to see more of J Rock. J Rock was supposed to fight December 15th, but Jerry Hurd pulled out, so they pushed it back to January 18th. So he had his rematch in, but Jerry Hurd pulled out, so he didn't want to fight Lara, so now he fighting Jason Rosario. Is that the guy's name? He fought the kid from he fought the dude on Ronald Robert Jr.'s undercard from Cincinnati. So yeah, that's the situation with that. But like I said before, that's the deal with Tevin. I'll save Devin for a second. But what's the dude's name? About to talk Leo Santa Cruz. So Andrew Casico, I don't know, Casico. I just call it Casico. He actually beat Albert Machado. And Albert Machado actually beat the real WBA champion in Jezreel Corrales. Okay. But Javante fought Jesus Clayar. I was at that fight in Brooklyn. All right. That's the day Tekashi 6ix9ine and them got to shooting at the Barclays Center. He fought Clayar, who came off a loss versus Abner Mares and moved up to fight Tank. They upgraded Tank to Super WBA champion, okay? And they downgraded Machado to regular champion. Machado lost to Andrew Casico by knockout. Casico knocked him out with the same punch in the rematch. Gervonta moved up to 35, right? He vacated the super belt, but now Santa Cruz is moving up to fight Miguel Flores for the Super WBA belt. So now Andrew Casico is still the regular champion. And I think if I'm him, I'm taking legal action. If I'm him and Golden Boy, I'm taking legal action. Because Casico should be the Super WBA champion right now for being the real champion in Alberto Machado. Okay? So now Leo Santa Cruz get to fight Miguel Flores for the Super WBA belt. That's horseshit. That's horseshit. That's horseshit. How is Leo Santa Cruz moving up to fight for a vacant Super WBA belt? How? Versus Miguel Flores. That's not even a championship caliber fight. That's not a championship caliber fight. And that's so not fair. Again. You know what I'm saying? That's so not fair. I'm about to pull up the rankings. So Joseph Diaz, the gold champion. Casico, I don't know how to say it. Andrew Casico is the regular champion. And Leo Santa Cruz not even fucking ranked yet. Miguel Flores ranked number 2. That just don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. So next week, Santa Cruz be fighting for the Super WBA title on a Wilder and Ortiz undercard. This is a fucking joke. Al Heyman take care of Leo Santa Cruz better than any other fighter on the roster. And I mean, that's just crazy. Ain't none of these dudes gonna fight nobody, dog. You know, WBA just as bad as the WBC. That's no fear, dude. He should shoot the shit out of them, dog. He should take that belt and light that motherfucker on fire. Leo Santa Cruz is a whole hoe out here, man. They should have just ordered Andrew Casico versus Santa Cruz for the belt. And put the purse bid on. Al Heyman could have beat Golden Boy out for the purse bid. Yeah, he got robbed of an opportunity, dude. That ain't no fear. Machado was robbed of an opportunity. Just go ahead and adopt the WBA and change it to the PBC belt at this point. The WBC could be, you know, whoever belt they want to be. That ain't fair, dog. That super ain't fair. It ain't like they ordered Santa Cruz to fight like him for the belt or somebody else for the belt. But that's boxing for you, dude. Corrupt as hell. This is Leo Santa Cruz's second vacated title. That's crazy. You ain't no real champion. You fighting for a vacated title unless you fighting versus the next guy in the division. Oh yeah, the IBF the only one that ain't bad. The only thing about the IBF is they too strict. That's the only thing about the IBF. They too strict. That's the thing I like about the IBF. They too strict. Now, why am I even acknowledge Leo Santa Cruz, bro? Yeah, it make you feel like do so now. So make you feel like, yeah, I'll treat Leo the best out of all the fighters. That is, that's his Canelo. You ain't lying. Miguel Flores ranks 137 on BoxRec. That's crazy. Look at the names you got in this division, bro. Look at the names you got in this division. You got Oscar Valdez, Joseph Diaz. I'm just naming the guys that don't have belts. Miguel Roman, Francisco Vargas, Johnny Gonzalez. You see, Jerizio Corral is still there. He got a little questionable loss to Darius Memphis Miller. You got Albert Bell from Toledo. He in there. Ito Mayaki. He just lost to Jamel Herring. Kenichi Ogawa. He back being ranked. Jason Velez, uh, and who else you got in there? Dennis Shavakov is down there. That's pretty much the names you know. Lamont Roach, he just lost. So it is what it is. He should have made Leo fight Russell for the Vegas. I'd accepted that. He wouldn't have fought for that belt then. That's crazy, man. But let's talk about Devin and Javier Fortuna. The Rock Clippers and came back 31-38 now. This nigga Clint Capella dominating. But yeah, Devin Haney and Fortuna. I think that's a good fight. That's his first real live body right here. This is a championship caliber fight for Devin Haney. This is one for the ages, man. And Javier Fortuna is real veteran savvy. You know, he real wild. He real unpredictable. This might be like Devin Haney and Emmanuel Augustus fight. You know, this is a guy that he might get cut in this fight. He might get elbowed. He might get low blowed. He gonna get headbutted. This is gonna be a good fight to test his composure. Now, I've been saying that he ain't ready for Lomachenko, but a fight like this could prove he ready for Lomachenko. Fortuna is a wild dog. He said Memphis and Hornets game. I figure that's a good pace game right there. Memphis and Hornets, that's a good pace. Charlotte got a lot of good athletes on that squad, but Devin and Fortuna, that's a legit fight right there. That's a tougher fight than Luke Campbell for Lomachenko. Definitely a tougher fight than Jose Pedraza, you know, and it may end up being a tougher fight than Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? But Fortuna is just a tough fighter, man. That's a guy that Gervonta Tank Davis didn't want to fight on short notice when he had to fight Hugo Ruiz. He chose to fight Fortuna. I mean, he chose not to fight Fortuna and took Hugo Ruiz, 126 pounder. So Devin Haney we gonna learn a lot about Devin Haney. Devin Haney gonna learn a lot about himself in that fight, and it depends on how he fight Javier Fortuna. He gonna go through a lot of adversity. You know what I'm saying? The guy that he just fought, the San Diego guy, I didn't watch the fight, but I heard that he was a wild fight like Mayorga. This was a perfect fight to get ready for a Javier Fortuna fight. So for Devin Haney, straight punches, straight short shots is gonna be what do the trick this fight. You know what I'm saying? He could walk Fortuna into some shots, but Fortuna, he like to fight in spurts. You know what I'm saying? Fortuna like to jump in and will overhand rights, and we about to see how good of a defensive fighter Devin Haney is. You about to see how much mental and physical fortitude Devin Haney got. You about to see how type of chin he got. You about to see how tough he is. He may crumble. I don't expect it to, or he may stand tall. But if I'm in that camp, I'm working on Devin Haney being the aggressor of that fight. Sitting down on his shots, stalking Fortuna, keeping Fortuna on the back foot, and we just working on sticking that jab there and putting that right hand down there. We trying to get the shorter shots. And if I'm him, I want to walk Fortuna down, and I want to fight Fortuna in a phone booth. I wouldn't be surprised if Javier beats Devin. Me neither. You know, Devin Haney's still a kid or a teenager. Yeah. Natasha, he fighting Javier Fortuna, scoring a purse bid. I heard that the zone gonna make a good offer to him, so Al ain't gonna win that purse bid from what I hear. He's not gonna try, but he gotta keep that. He gotta keep pressure on Fortuna. But if he get to moving around and running around the ring, he better be prepared to move around that ring for 12 hard rounds. Because Fortuna, and he gonna try to headbutt Devin. It's gonna be a great experience for Devin Haney. I don't expect him to knock out Fortuna easy. I don't expect him to knock him out at all, at least early on. But if I'm him, if I'm Bill and I'm Mike McCullum in that camp, I want him to be flat-footed this fight and putting pressure on Fortuna. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be stationary, walking Fortuna down and putting them and dropping bombs on Fortuna. Once you let Fortuna kind of walk you down and run around the ring and jump in with those crazy ass overhand lefts and rights and these crazy angles and lead with his head, you can't let Fortuna get ahead of steam. You got to keep him on the back foot. And if you want to jump in, you got to be able to hold your position and punch with him. If you punch with Fortuna, you got a good chance of getting them out of there. Only way Fortuna wins is by knockout. They gave Devin Haney every round in the Santiago fight. Yeah, I'd have missed that one. I don't know. I saw a Fortuna fight, and he needs to be sharper with his punches to beat Devin. Yeah, he ain't as sharp, but he gritty. He aggressive. And his head butts, elbow tactics might bother Devin Haney a little bit. Devin needs to work on his defense, too. Javier needs to be... Okay, I read that one. He just repeated it. How come Billy Joe Saunders goes life and death with bums like a Kova, but looks elite against top guys? Because he was on that oxyframe. Sango was making it somewhat of a dogfight, but nowhere nowhere near what other guys could do versus slick boxer. Shawn Johnson was good. You got to do it more lives. Getting tired of asking Ego all the questions. John Paleo, Santa Cruz, Gary Russell got the best backstory in boxing, and that's a pay-per-view fight for who don't want to see that fight after Gary Russell did what he did to Father. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I would pay for that. I definitely would, but that's a good fight. I'm intrigued by the Fortuna Devin Haney fight. I think that's a fight he could lose, but I think Devin gonna be prepared. But he gonna go through a lot of adversity in that fight longer ago. Natasha said, I feel like Devin could beat Tank, but now that I see he gets hit straight down the pipe, Tank will put him out. But I don't think Tank got the length that Santiago got. Just looking at the highlights, I don't think he got that length. You know what I'm saying? But Devin definitely ain't. To me, he not world championship level. You know what I'm saying? He definitely not world championship level yet. And he only 20 years old. He not supposed to be. You know, but in this 35-pound division been weak for years. It's been weak for years. Even when Brandon Rios and Broner was down there, it was a weak division. This is probably the most publicity 35-pound division got in this whole decade. For 35 ain't really been shit since Marquez was fighting like Casitas and Baby Bull and shit like that. I think that was at 35. Might have been at 30. I think it was at 35. And he fought Pacquiao at 35, I believe, too. That division ain't really been shit in a long time. You know, you had Miguel Vasquez down there, Ricardo Abreu, Mickey Bay, Brandon Rios, Lamont Peterson, little brother, Anthony Peterson down there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the division just ain't been really good. You know, do you prefer the DAZN or HBO box? HBO box. How you feel about Roy B? Man, I don't want to see that shit. I think Loma will have have Duck Fortuna. Yeah, Fortuna, wow, man. That'd have been a funny looking ass fight. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. If y'all got any questions, I'll answer some questions real quick. I think Loma would have though. Loma didn't want to fight Devin. I didn't get that. And then he gonna try to come back and fight George Camboso, who fighting he fighting the day before somebody fight. He fighting December 14th at the theater room in Madison Square Garden before a Crawford fight. And he wanted to come back and fight Camboso. And then when Devin Haney says you wanted to fight him, or, you know, Devin Haney might have been a mandatory, that motherfucker, you know, I'm not fighting until next year again. And he supposed to be going on pay-per-view versus Teofimo Lopez, too. If Teofimo Lopez lose, then they going to do Comey and Loma on regular ESPN. When is Jared Hurd fighting and who? He said he got something coming up, but I ain't heard nothing about Jared Hurd. Loma would beat Devin right. Yeah, I agree. I think he beat Devin right now. I think Devin, the Fortuna fight, will help a lot. Jeff and Slew, y'all keep asking questions, but Tank never has the length though. No, he don't. So Tank don't mind walking in, but what puncher has Tank fought? You know what I'm saying? They can maintain a distance or something. He ain't fought nobody. You know, he fought Pedraza, but Pedraza really wasn't known as a puncher. But yeah, Lomachenko headed to pay-per-view versus Teo. If y'all didn't see my video last night, if Teofimo Lopez beat Richard Comey, they want to do that as pay-per-view. So, you know, be prepared. Top Rank, you know, is pushing for Lopez to win that fight. So Comey only got a puncher's chance, or he going to drop Lopez a few times. So if Lopez do win, they're gonna do Lopez and Lomachenko undisputed pay-per-view, even though it shouldn't be undisputed because he's the franchise champion, and you can't lose or win that belt. He can't lose, or Lopez or Comey can't win the belt, but it'd be Lomachenko and Lopez pay-per-view. I think it's going to be at Madison Square Garden, March 2020. Yep. I remember Anthony Pettis throwing nuts. I remember that fight on HBO. Yep. Team for Lopez if he beat Comey or Devin Haney. And Devin never faced nobody that hits hard and can box. True. True, but hey, they ain't never fought nobody like each other. I wouldn't be surprised if Devin beat Tank. Tank don't fight, and Tank don't take care of himself. That's one thing you got to account for. Devin Haney always in shape. You don't ever see Devin Haney out of shape. Devin Haney is true to his true to his craft. If that fight go past 6, I favor Devin Haney. But neither one of them fought a hard 12-rounder. No, he ain't been tested to fight Lomachenko. Said that before. I favor Lomachenko. It's based off experience. The zone is not too bad. They have good selection features and have some exciting fighters. Yeah, I listened to their commentary for the first time the other day. What I was watching, the Canelo fight, man, I can't take them. They need to bring Kendall Gill back because he's doing the World Series of Boxing, World Box Super Series. They need to bring Kendall Gill back. I'm picking Lopez now. He gonna win by a fucking robbery. It sound like. Comey. I was kind of undecided on that fight, man. Comey a good fighter, but he got a lot of flaws. But so do Lopez. But Comey need to be training for the knockout. I know they say you'll never go looking for the knockout, but he need to go looking for the knockout. And this is the situation. Gary Russell gonna beat the shit out of King Tug. Tank or Russell. The way Tank's scared of him, I'll take Russell. But I thought Tank could win, but Tank don't fight nobody. Comey is just too wild in my. Yeah, he screw up a lot, man. He screw up a lot, but Lopez make a lot of mistakes too. You know, and I trust Richard Comey chin more than I trust Lopez's. Not saying that Lopez don't have a chin, but Lopez been on that canvas a lot of the time. Ooh, John Morant with the sauce. He been on that canvas a lot of the, in sparring a lot. You know what I'm saying? But if Comey can land, he can get him out of there. But Lopez seemed like he got a lot of dog. They probably gonna have to throw the towel in for Lopez. But Comey, I think Comey is more tested and experienced in season, but it'd be a good fight. World Series of World Boxing, yeah, that's the best thing in boxing, Ricky. Devin Haney hasn't overcome adversity in any of his fights. It should be interesting to see how he responds. It's gonna come versus Homeboy. It's gonna come versus Fortuna. Castanos or Adamas. I don't know. I gotta watch Adamas versus Cher. Who the best prospect now that Shakur and Devin champions? I really don't look at them, neither one of them as champions, though, to be honest. Well, Shakur actually won a belt, and Joette was older than him, but I got Shakur, I don't see them being champions. Like, in my mind, they still like prospects. You know what I'm saying? But Shakur did beat Christopher Diaz. And Diaz they trying to build him up to be everything and all that in a bag of chips. But if you want to say, I don't know. I can't think of them all. Ennis, Camboso, Gary Anton Russell, Colbert. It's a lot of good ones. Du Bois. It's a lot of good ones. I feel all T.O. has to do is keep his hands up and counter with the right hook. That sound easier said than done. But maybe go out there and get a decisive victory. I think he is the more talented fighter than Richard Comey. People forgot Belcon called Comey with some good shots, Comey defense and stuff. Yeah, true. But what about Lopez defense? Lopez ain't took no shots. Lopez went 12 rounds once with Mayoshi Tanaki, and that's a guy that didn't really know how to generate power off his punches with his leverage. When somebody really showed Tanaki how to really get leverage on his punches, he may have knocked out or hurt Teofimo Lopez a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Comey gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna really, really go for it. He's strong. He athletic. Remember, you ain't seen Teofimo Lopez get hit, and we know Comey got some power. That's why I like him. He's shooting himself. I really enjoy that fight, watching him face somebody that hit back. Thoughts on Luka Doncic's potential? GOAT. Luka the truth, bro. But Trey Young the truth too, though, man. Trey Young going crazy. Teofimo said that he don't like fighting tall fighters. Some guys love fighting tall fighters. They can't keep they don't know how to keep their reach. Keeping your distances is tough. Rigo now versus Donaire. I don't know, bro. Donaire might not be the same after that Nuyuwa fight. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see it though. How is Loma going to pay per view with no fan base? Who paying for that shit? They count on the Latino fan base to pay for Teofimo Lopez fan base. Who wins Shakur and Warrington is made? That's a tough fight. But the way I thought Kid Galahad actually beat Josh Warrington, and I think Shakur can do the same thing. Shakur versus Benavidez at 26. Oh man, that's a tough one. I think that's a Shakur. I only pick Shakur because he's bigger. That's the only reason why right now. But I think Shakur because he's bigger, for sure. What's Regis' next move? Not sure. Yo, Jeffe, who should Vidal Ortiz fight next? Maybe try to get a Berto. Is Sammy Vasquez still around? Somebody like that. Comey catching the body. That's Gordon Wright. That's the only way he gonna win. Comey will test Teo Chin. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez need this Comey fight before he fights Lomachenko. You going to the buff? I got my nah. That's my girl birthday weekend. Regular J. I want to go. So Spence won't fight in January. Nah, nope. Gennaro Jackson, Danny versus Manny. What you think? Well, they both got to win their next fights. Manny Pacquiao chose Mikey over Danny this time. He chose Keith over Danny too last July. So I got Pacquiao winning that fight, especially if the Pacquiao that fought Keith Thurman. Yo, Jeffe, I think Benavidez will win that and come from behind win. He will be down on the scorecards, but stop Shakur. I don't think he's stopping Shakur. Shakur, if somebody stops Shakur, it's going to be a bona fide puncher at that division. I don't see him stopping Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Shakur, big 126. Shakur probably belong at welterweight. I mean, at lightweight. The Disney app, well, that shit the truth. Verizon gave it to their customers for a year free. I was watching In Games in 4K. I watched Captain Marvel. I'm gonna finish watching that. I was watching the X-Men. I had one problem. I was going from Channel 5. I was going from season episode 5, X-Men animated cartoon. You want to go dun. I was going from episode 5 to 6, and they had just a little error, but I just refreshed it. So that shit smooth as hell. No real errors. That shit got everything on there shit too. Shakur has the potential to be a pay-per-view star if given the right opponents. Yeah. Canelo will never fight Beterbiev like McGregor versus Khabib. I won't fight Beterbiev neither. That motherfucking animal. If Comey knocks out Teo, then Teo most likely will not become an elite fighter. Comey could knock out Easter or Shavakov, his best opponent. So if KO Teo, then the verdict is in. Shavakov was tough. You know, people thought he won. People thought he won Shavakov in Easter fight. He went over to Shavakov country or something like that. But Easter a big ass welterweight though. And Comey tough, but I mean Shavakov tough. What you think they gonna do with Ryan Garcia and with Linares? I heard that's next. Garcia and Linares next. They probably paid Garcia to take a dive. Shakur height, size, and skills. IQ's a problem at 26. I agree. LA 12. Regis should fight Broner. Broner retired, bro. He got a ball of belly. Gennaro Jackson, Farmer versus Gary. Gary Russell catching the body. Gordon Wright, Danny will beat Manny. I don't see too slow. Unless it's the Manny that showed up versus Adrian Broner. Or he catched Manny like Marquez did. Aaron was telling Teo to slow down the process, but he didn't. Now Teo got 2 hard fights back to back that he ain't probably ready for. He definitely ain't ready for Lomachenko right now, but we'll see. Deshaun Johnson, he was right about Spence. Saw that video of him in the club. He did have a little Eddie Kane. I told you. I mean, He had some people. Somebody was trying to tell me it was codeine. I don't know what codeine looked like. I seen niggas on like when I lived outside. I seen seldom niggas. Like I wasn't paying attention to niggas was on. You can just tell by their body language. They can't. A nigga on codeine don't move that much. You know what I'm saying? Or move how he was moving. Like I did lean one time. I had a sip of that shit after I came from workout in college. It was. I mean, it wasn't for me. I don't use drugs. It wasn't for me, but I still know niggas that was drinking that shit heavy. I know how to make it because I've been to a lot of parties and I just watch them niggas making the shit. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't for me. But yeah, Lenara's chin might be it's 30. It's kind of it's really soft now. Scare almost got knocked out by Gary Russell Jr. That's why he won't call him out. Yeah, I heard they was in the gym together. You have two kind of blacks and whites, Western motherfuckers and Europeans and Africans, then the real deal. Call me Sleeps Lopez. If my opinion said if Loma and Tank happen, how you see that money split? Tank in the majority share. Who do you see beating Wilder? Uh Ortiz got a chance just because he desperate. Anybody can beat anybody in that division. Or Fury can beat him. I thought Fury won the first fight. I still got to go back and watch it. They don't have it on the internet. I got to go to a site to beat. I think Fury can beat him. Eventually, the boys to have a chance down the line. Uh, Ruiz, he got a chance. Oh, I got a chance, but Wilder gonna be tough to beat because you gotta stay away from that right hand, and then he also got a solid jab. So Fury probably got the best chance to beat him. But at this point, Fury like he's slowing down. Lean is basically liquid Percocet. Molly Percocet. Ripicet. AR Beterbiev is unstoppable. He got dropped by a left hook versus Johnson. That's one of Canelo's punches. Beterbiev isn't a stylistic nightmare for Canelo. His power is the problem Canelo can handle. No, he got dropped by Callum Johnson because the nigga was rusty. That's why he got dropped by Callum Johnson. That motherfucker wasn't active. That wasn't no active Beterbiev. The Beterbiev that fought Callum Johnson and the Beterbiev that fought Goldsvik was two different guys. Now he back being active. Canelo, man, in a perfect world, Canelo, if in the regular world where ain't no weight clause, catch weights or rehydration clause, Beterbiev knock out Canelo, especially if they being drug tested. You know what I'm saying? He not about to just, nigga, man, Kovalev, man, took a dive. I don't care what nobody say. Kovalev out there trying to pace himself. He trying to pace himself versus Canelo like he about to get a decision. I don't care what nobody say. That shit was a dive. Earl needs to start hanging out with rappers and street dudes. Can't nobody influence somebody that's their own man. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody influence me. I used to hang around with niggas that smoke weed all day. I never smoke. You know what I'm saying? If he got a follower's mindset, then he don't need to hang around them. But I hung around with dudes that sold crack, that sold weed, that smoked cigarettes, that smoked weed, that drink lean when I was in college. I ain't never did none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But everybody different though. If you ain't your own man, you can't make your own decisions. Then you don't need to be hanging around people like that. Can't nobody influence me to do shit I don't want to do. You better have a gun. If they ain't putting a gun to a nigga head, it can't make me do nothing. But everybody don't think. I ain't never been no follower, dude. I ain't never been no follower. That ain't just never been my skilo. But everybody different. If he a follower, then yeah, he needs to stop hanging around them dudes. Who do you think Mosley in his prime would did with Errol? That'd been a good fight. Mosley probably beat him. But the jury's still out on Errol Spence. Wilder too athletic for most of the guys he gonna fight. He can be out skilled, but Wilder's sudden movement and strong jab put him in position to get his power shot. So I agree. Kovalev was like 150. Triple G older than him. Triple G gonna be 38 next year when he get the Canelo fight in September. He turned 38 in April. I really think Spence should give Porter another chance. Not right now. Not coming off a car accident. Porter was in hella shape. The dude that did Porter strength and conditioning, man, this nigga is Russell Westbrook just jacking up threes in Houston. This nigga was like 0 for 8 the other night. He just jacking up threes, dude. Like, he gonna be traded, man, from them motherfuckers. He don't fit the system. Or they get rid of that coach. But yeah, nah. Luis Ortiz got the same strength and conditioning coach Porter got. And he using them snack products too. Viterbo would smoke Canelo. Oscar will avoid that. Yeah, I would too. 54 trail. How come people always talk about Vegas giving Canelo a favorable treatment, yet Vegas still continue to do it? You would think they would. They not. He generate too much money, especially since Mayweather gone. He bring money to the city. Ain't nobody else bringing money to Vegas like Canelo Alvarez, or the potential to bring even more money. Jay Sosa, the fight may have been fixed, but Kovalev took the right hand to the jaw. He was knocked out for real. I still don't believe that shit. Still don't believe it. The motherfuckers did a Rocky and Apollo Creed orchestration. What's up, Travis Garcia? Viterbo will not lose Canelo. Unless they pay him, Shawn Johnson. Earl was the main nigga getting home Broner about wilding too much. Yep. You worry about what's going on in your yard. That nigga Broner ain't never wrecked the whip though. You know what I'm saying? Broner ain't never wrecked the whip. Niggas be throwing stones and living. That's why I don't be trying to speak on nigga shit. Be like, man, I don't do that. You don't ever know what you do, man. Motherfuckers be like, man, he do this, he do that, man. You don't never know what you would do. I never do that, man. I stop saying that shit. I never do that. Nah, okay. Sound good. Mosey would be Spence. Mosey only issue was with guys who can box Floyd, Cotto, Spence. Oh, don't forget Vernon Forrest. I try the snack products, they work. I believe they do. Snack computer all. That shit crazy. What's wrong with Popeye sandwiches? I ain't eating that shit. I went to Popeyes like a month ago. I got my daughter out of school. We got some chicken tenders. And then all of a sudden that sandwich came back. I'm like, they have to sign like we'll be back soon in that bitch. I ain't saying Viterbo is whack. Viterbo has 100% kill ratio. He 35. Canelo beat him. They would say, oh yeah, Canelo will never fight nobody young. Who you think win, Tank or Russell? I'm taking Russell. I thought Tank should win, but I don't know. Tank don't fight nobody. That's kind of suspect how they protected him. I like to make the comparison to an inside robbery bank security guard with the okay. Force and of course Winky didn't want no more to work. He said Popeye chicken sandwiches is good. I'm straight. Them motherfuckers was the lines was around the corner. Any more questions, man? Tank is the next Canelo. I doubt it. If he become the next Canelo, that'd be crazy. They be giving James Harden some bullshit ass for. We got Popeyes in the UK, y'all do. They about to open up another Chick-fil-A over here. We got one at the airport and one at Somerset Mall. That's like in Troy. That's north. Yeah, that's north, like going towards Pontiac. They about to open one up in Allen Park. That's not too far. I went to the one in Cleveland not too long, like a year ago. That shit was good as hell. Chick-fil-A be bang. I used to go down south all the time. Shoney's, Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's, Jack in the Box. Now, do you think Earl need to drop those belts? No, if he coming back in the spring, no. But I don't believe it, bro. But if he do, he do. If we went to the moon, I always wanted the Pac to have fought Canelo and Floyd, and him was going back with the fourth opponents. Who do you think would have won? I think Canelo probably would have won. He was too big. They was trying to drain Canelo. Canelo wasn't going down to 150. He wasn't fucking with it. Canes is still better than Popeyes. This nigga Westbrook just bricked another 3. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And yeah, man, I don't know if I do a stream tomorrow. I may or may not. But I probably do one this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I probably go straight 3 days in a row. Share the video for your boy. I know what it is. One time for the one time we gone.